Why did my son's girlfriend's dad keep staring at my hands during dinner? I'm a single mom, raised my boy Marcus after his dad left when he was 8, worked 3 cleaning jobs to keep us afloat, office buildings at dawn, hotel rooms during the day, restaurants until midnight, anywhere that paid cash and didn't ask questions. My hands tell the story of every sacrifice. Rough, scarred from years of scrubbing floors, burns from industrial chemicals, cuts from broken glass I'd clean up without gloves because I couldn't afford them. Marcus was my everything. Straight A's despite moving apartments 6 times before high school. Full scholarship to college, then somehow made it into med school. I cried when he called with the news, standing in someone else's bathroom at 2 a.m., mop bucket beside me. That's where he met Fatima, this brilliant, beautiful girl from old money. The kind of family that had portraits on the walls going back generations. When they invited us to dinner, I almost said no. The dining room was something from a movie. Crystal chandeliers, china that probably cost more than my car, actual servants bringing courses I couldn't pronounce. I wore my best dress, the black one from Marcus's graduation, but felt like I was wearing a neon sign that said doesn't belong. Dr. Richardson, Fatima's father, was polite enough at first. Distinguished silver hair, expensive suit, the kind of confident smile that comes from never worrying about money. But throughout dinner, I caught him staring at my hands. Every time I reached for my water glass or cut my food, his eyes would fix on my scarred knuckles and calloused palms. It made me self-conscious. I started hiding them under the napkin, then under the table completely. Fatima's mother, Mrs. Richardson, noticed my discomfort and seemed to enjoy it. She asked pointed questions about my career path and whether I had plans for advancement. The kind of polite cruelty that rich people perfect. Marcus squeezed my hand under the table, trying to reassure me, but I could see the worry in his eyes. He loved this girl, and her family was making it clear I wasn't good enough for their world. Then, during dessert, Dr. Richardson suddenly stood up. The whole table went quiet. He walked slowly around to my side, his face pale like he'd seen a ghost. "Excuse me," he said, voice barely above a whisper. "May I see your hands?" Everyone stared. Fatima looked mortified. Marcus started to object, but I slowly pulled my hands from under the table and placed them on the white tablecloth. They looked even worse against the pristine fabric. Every scar, every rough patch highlighted. Dr. Richardson knelt beside my chair, studying my palms like they held some secret. His breathing got shallow, and I saw his eyes filling with tears. 23 years ago, he said, voice shaking. These exact hands saved my daughter's life. The room went dead silent. Forks stopped halfway to mouths. Fatima had bacterial meningitis, high fever, seizures. We rushed her to County General Emergency at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. The waiting room was chaos. Overdoses, accidents, people everywhere. We'd been waiting 2 hours when Fatima started seizing again in my arms. Fatima's face went white. She'd never heard this story. The doctors were overwhelmed, nurses running everywhere. And then this woman, this night janitor, she was mopping near us when she saw Fatima convulsing. She dropped everything, ran to the desk, started screaming for help when everyone else had missed it. His voice broke completely. "You stayed with us, held towels, helped the nurses, talked to Fatima, even when she couldn't respond. You worked an 18-hour shift that day but wouldn't leave until we knew she was stable." Mrs. Richardson's hand flew to her mouth. "I tried to find you afterward, asked the hospital for your information, but privacy rules. I've been looking for the woman who saved my little girl ever since. These hands, these scars, I memorized every detail because they belong to an angel." He turned to his wife, tears streaming. "Helen, this is her. This is the hero I told you about for 23 years. Fatima was sobbing now, staring at me with complete disbelief. You saved my life before you even knew me?" I nodded, my own tears falling. "Room 7, pediatric ICU. You had a little stuffed elephant. Wouldn't let go of it." Fatima gasped. "Mr. Peanuts, I still have him." Dr. Richardson stood up, addressed the whole table. "I have spent 2 decades trying to find this woman. Not to repay her. You can't repay someone for giving you your child's life, but to say thank you. And here she is, the mother of the man who loves our daughter." The silence stretched until Fatima stood up, walked around the table, and hugged me so tight I could barely breathe. "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you for saving me so I could meet Marcus, so I could love him. That's when I knew this was meant to be."